What's up, guys? Dick Opinion here, and yeah, we're going to be talking about debates. Go figure. So, my God, that first debate, man, I swear for the first 20 minutes, I was more than anything just kind of embarrassed to be an American. But it was definitely what I would call a shit show. Starting off, I'm not the only one saying this. A lot of people are saying this, but the moderator, he was pretty left wing. He would give Joe Biden a lot of time to answer stuff, and he wouldn't even question Joe Biden on the stuff that needs answering. And to be honest, Joe Biden didn't answer anything. Like the 3.5 million to his son, Hunter, from Ukraine, that's fishy. You can't have a someone trying to become president who's taken bribes from other countries. That's totally treason and against the law. Like, I think automatically Joe Biden should be out of the race for that alone. But when that was brought up, he said it was a lie. But it's not a lie. We have the proof and the facts. And just honestly, a lot of stuff that Joe got called out for, he just said was a lie, which isn't true. His way of not talking about it was saying it was a lie. So Trump interrupted a lot. He did. I feel like if Trump would have just kind of set back a little bit, Joe would have buried himself, because Joe's an idiot and he doesn't know how to think proper. He's way too old, and his senileness. He can't think for himself. So if Trump would have just let him wreck himself, it would have been better. But Trump kept interrupting him, which kind of helped out. It helped out Biden in the long run. And I'm actually a bit impressed by Biden, because I didn't think he could stand up for an hour and a half, and he did. I didn't think he could manage a few sentences, but by the end of it, he kind of had a flow. I'll give him that. A lot of stuff he said, like just pointing at the camera and saying, "You go vote, you go vote." He never had a reason why to vote for him. That's the one thing that I can't get off my shoulder. The only reason anyone's voting for Joe Biden is because they don't like Trump. But anyone that's okay with Trump or neutral with Trump has no reason to vote for Joe Biden. And that's my biggest point I want to get to. If you're an undecided voter, which is what this was for, what did Biden say that would have made you decide to vote for him? The only thing that I think Trump stumbled on is the white supremacist stuff. And Trump did say that he would denounce it, but he didn't. He said he would, but he didn't there. I think he was a little confused because, like I said, the moderator kind of attacked him. Joe was bitching at him too. So it was a 2 versus 1. But, of course, the president doesn't support KKK and white supremacy. Of course he doesn't. Like, what the hell? No president ever has, I don't think. No one supports those stupid groups. I don't even know why they're still real. The real thing, though, Joe Biden was asked if he supports Black Lives Matter and with the Taylor incident. And instead of saying yes or no and mentioning Taylor, all he did was mention George Floyd. And he was the only one that mentioned George Floyd, and I think that made him look bad. I think at this point, everyone knows George Floyd was a felon who got a huge sum of money to his family and a huge publicity and a huge funeral that felon should never got. We've all seen the police footage. We know those cops are not going to get thrown in jail for his murder. Like, we know that's not going to happen. We all know that he resisted arrest, being thrown into the back of a car and basically overdosed and killed himself, obviously. So for Joe Biden to throw that name out there instead of Miss Taylor, who actually got murdered for just having bad taste in men, that kind of bothered me. He just threw out the world. He just kept stumbling on his words. Like when Trump would bring out the 3.5 million from Hunter Biden, all Joe did was bring up his other son, who what he said died of cancer or whatever. I'm not sure, but Joe just kept not knowing what Trump was talking about on each subject. And same with the moderator. The moderator would be like, "Hey, what about this?" And then Biden would talk about something totally different. And he did it a lot. He did it most of the times. And he also, used a lot of name calling. I gotta say, Trump didn't really stoop to that low. And like, Biden was more childish, in my opinion, to be honest. And before anyone calls me out on it, let's really quick talk about the $750 claim that's how much Trump has paid in the last few years of taxes. I don't think people understand how taxes work. If you build big businesses like Trump does, you get write-offs. His kids do things also that get him tax write-offs for federal taxes. And that's laws that were put in by like Obama and by Joe Biden like years and years ago. So, yes, Trump, he says he pays millions in taxes, and I'm sure he does. I mean, he has tons of businesses that he has to pay taxes on, property taxes, and I'm sure that he pays tons of taxes. This whole bullshit about him only paying 750 was never proven. I've seen tons of stuff that says that was fake news. You know, at least he didn't have any Russian ties with that fake news as well. But yeah, I would take anything with the New York Times with a grain of salt because just like CNN, it's all fake news. But I just want to get back to like the main point. I don't think anyone won. I think anyone that votes for Trump is still going to vote for Trump. Anyone that still votes for Biden is still going to vote for Biden because they hate Trump. It's that easy. And anyone that thinks Trump, you know, in a kind of a medium, not left or right, will just see it as a normal debate. I mean, I don't think Trump won. I don't think Biden lost. I don't think Trump lost. I don't think Biden won. I think they need a new moderator. And I think a lot of people agree with me. I don't think the moderator was fair. He was clearly left wing just by the way he was acting. And you can read a lot of posts on a lot of social media where I'm not the only one that says that. So overall, my take from it is I'm excited to see the other two debates. I'm not too excited for the vice president one that's in like a week. I don't really care about that one, but it'll be interesting to see where it goes. But I mean, voting's about to start. Some states it already has, and it's about to start in less than a week here in my state. And I'm definitely going to go early and vote for Trump, 100%. But I think these debates need to happen more quicker, if any change is going to be done. But I don't think change will be done. I think at this point, if you hate Trump, you're going to vote for Biden no matter what. Even if I can sit there and bring up 100 videos of him sniffing little girls inappropriately and touching little kids as they feel totally creeped on, you can see it in their faces, and that's creepy as shit. And that right there is a reason not to vote for Pedo Joe. But, you know, people are still going to vote for him because they hate Trump, because they heard so much fake news they believe, because they didn't like him on Apprentice, they didn't like him beforehand, they hate him so much that they will vote in a brain dead pedophile. Really does blow my mind. But like I said before, I really do give Joe props. He stood up there for more than an hour and didn't faint, didn't have a heart attack. Props to him. We knew Trump would do it. He stands on campaigns and does 2-hour speeches. But that just really grows down to it. Do you want a weak old man that gets props for standing up for an hour that can barely say sentences and not get to the point? That's how he'll lead the country. Weak, not knowing what to say, no power, just a weak old man. Trump comes in there, powerful, takes over. He fought the moderator too. It was 2 versus 1. He still came out on top, getting his point across, and didn't really stumble on anything. He got his points across 100%, answered most all the questions, and came out looking like a powerful leader. And that's what the American people need, a powerful leader. And that's who we're going to vote in again. I really don't see Joe winning. I really see Trump winning in a landslide. But I will admit it, here in Florida, there are a lot of Biden signs in people's yards. It actually makes me sick. Even my neighbors have Biden signs. It makes me downright sick. But I really do think the silent majority is going to come through. And, if my neighbors want to be brainwashed idiots, that's on them. But that's my opinion. Leave yours in the comments below. And like I said, I'll take your opinion. But if you're here attacking me, we're not here and all that shit. Leave your comment below. We can have a social discussion. And if you like the content so far, there's a lot more coming soon. So don't forget, Dusk and Fly. So don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys later. Peace.